Welcome to Crossroads. Today we'll be walking through the property valuation form found within the Crossroads software. In this example, I'll be taking a local property and generating a simple valuation with you. After accepting the terms of use, enter your login and password information and sign in. This should bring up a blank property valuation form alongside the map. If not, click on the small plus next to property valuations in the upper left-hand corner. Go ahead and collapse the menu. At any time, additional documents and training videos are available by clicking on the Help button in the top right. There are three main sections in the valuation form. First is property information, followed by valuation criteria, and finally, property details and adjustments. We'll begin in property information with the address, 4985 Kyler Road. That zip code is 88012. Our year built is 2008. The living area square foot is a combination of your above grade gross living area and below grade gross living area. We know this home is a single level. All above grades, we'll put our total here in living area square foot, 1245. Our land size is 0.1 acre. That converted over to square feet is 4617. Parcel number and legal description are for identification purposes only, therefore not used in this example. Notice here that the number of results of comparable sales available within the Crossroads database will be displayed once this property information is entered. The sale date range of those properties is also shown below. This number of results will change dynamically as you add filters throughout the valuation criteria. It is recommended that we target somewhere between 5 and 30 results for best analysis of those comparable sales. There are many times that 3 or 4 results will produce a reliable valuation, but caution is advised since the valuation may be then influenced by insufficient data. In looking through the MLS photos and possibly past appraisals, we know this property is a single-story home, and it is at the lower end of the Q4 or Quality 4 rating. And it's about mid-range in the Condition 3 or C3. You can see here that our results are updating as we're entering in these criteria. This quality and condition rating will auto-populate if the property has been previously entered into the Crossroads database as a past sale. It is necessary to confirm that these ratings are appropriate, especially if a significant amount of time has passed since the previous sale, or if known renovation or deterioration has occurred. The training videos available on the crossroadsvaluation.com website, accessed here through the Help button, can assist in determining the quality and condition rating. And looking through our neighborhood list here, we see Las Colinas Urban Single Story is at the top, so that's where we began. Since our property is a single story, these two-story neighborhoods are not applicable. The Northeast Suburban Single Story All could help us out. We'll enter in some other criteria and check back. And since we are a Quality 4 or Q4, we know that this Q1 and Q2 neighborhood is not applicable as well. So let's start here with our sale date range. Sale date range selects the range of sale dates for the comparable sale properties used in calculating the valuation. So we'll go ahead and begin with a year's worth of data. So 04, 22, 2021. We'll go through 04, 22, 2022. Next, we'll add in our above grade GLA range. We want to ensure our subject property GLA is bracketed by a higher GLA and a lower GLA in the list of comparable properties. If our subject is not bracketed within the comparable GLA range, it lends itself to a less reliable valuation in some cases. So we'll start here with a minimum of 0. Our maximum will go up to 1750. The year built range typically brackets the subject as well, with older and newer properties, and narrows the range of age of properties which could be competing against the subject in the market. So we'll begin here with 2003, and we'll go up through 2013. The land size square foot range is used when the lot sizes in the selected neighborhood vary greatly. This is an easy way to only compare properties with like lot size characteristics. Let's do a minimum of 0. And we'll go up through a half an acre or 21,780 square feet. So with this filter criteria here, we can see that we're down to 49 comparable properties. So if we go back and check our other single-story neighborhood, we can see there's only one result available in that neighborhood. So we'll go ahead and stay with our Las Colinas. Let's zoom in on our map. We can see here the blue star is our subject property. You can see our neighborhood here. The distance from the subject filter is one of the more important filters we can use. This can aid in selecting the comparable properties that are closest to our subject and therefore impact the value more significantly, and filter out those properties that may have less influence on our subject value. So since this neighborhood is somewhat compact, we'll start with 2 miles. Click out and watch our results here. So 36. We'll go ahead and map these out. And we'll map the top 30 properties on our map here. Zoom in a little more. We can narrow that down a little. Go 1.5 miles. Click out and watch our results. Down to 24 now. Probably go a little less. You can see our properties are clustered here next to our subject. We want to see if we can eliminate these outliers here. Getting closer. Since the market is changing, we can also look at our sale date ranges. If we go down to a 6-month range rather than a year. See, our properties are now down to 14. That's a good cluster of properties there. Go ahead and zoom in on that. See our subject, our comparable properties. If you click in on the red balloon, we can see information such as the address, quality, condition, land value, which we need to pay attention to, our lot size, and our GLA, the most recent sale date of that comparable, and the year built. So we see here our GLA is 1310, which is slightly above our subject, and our land value of 25,000. We'll look at a few others. Land value still 25. Our GLA quite a bit higher, 1620. Land value staying at 25, still higher GLA here. Remember, we want to bracket our subject GLA. Land value of 25,000, still a higher GLA. 25,000, and there's a lower GLA. So we know now that our subject property is bracketed and that our land value for the neighborhood is 25,000. Adjust our zoom level. Whatever level of zoom you have on your map here is what will be printed on the PDF. So So we want to make sure that that is set before we move on. Now we'll move on to property details and adjustments. There are two required fields here: above grade square foot and land value. All others are optional, depending on if your property includes any of the listed amenities. If your property does not contain items such as basement, or pool, or shop, just leave the area blank and no value will be calculated. Please note that the white boxes are for user-entered data, and the shaded boxes next to it will display the calculated value. The above grade square foot of the property should be the same as what's listed above, if there's no basement to consider. I'll enter that. 1245. We'll go ahead and enter in our land value, since we know from looking at our comparables that was $25,000 for the neighborhood. The finished basement, unfinished basement, and walkout basement are all square foot entries. The garage bays is an adjustment for the difference in a normal garage bay count for the neighborhood compared to your subject property. One garage bay means that there's one available garage space for a car. You can hover your mouse over this information icon, and this shows you the standard garage bays for the selected neighborhood. Quality and condition is 2. We do know that our subject property has a 2-car garage, so we'll enter that here. If your property has 3 garage bays, enter 3. If there's no garage bays, enter 0, and so forth. PV watts is the rated watt size of the owned photovoltaic system. Lease systems are not analyzed within Crossroads. The pool entry is a number of pools that exist, typically 1. Grade 0 view, enter the number 0 for a neutral view, or 1 for a beneficial view grade. Auxiliary living area is a square foot amount that is applied for living areas that are not included in the above grade square foot or basement areas. For example, glass porches, in-law apartments, or casitas. Shop is a square foot amount that is applied for areas typically used for work areas that include hobby rooms and studio areas. Other, and various other here. These are adjustments for individual items that may be manually entered, either positive or negative, as a whole dollar amount. The area to the left is used for text entry to describe the adjustment. The quality and condition adjustments. These adjustments are applied as a dollar amount in relation to the difference in higher or lower quality or condition per square foot value, which Crossroads will multiply by the above grade square foot already entered in the form. This, along with the other and various other entries here, are a complex feature of the valuation form for advanced users. If needed, there's details instructions on our website. It can be accessed through the help button in the upper right-hand corner. When data entry is complete, review all your entries to ensure you're confident in the data entered. Confirm your map is at the desired zoom level, and then click the Generate Valuation button below. If needed, you can edit the name for your valuation here. Default contains a date, a timestamp, along with the address. By clicking the Create button, this will trigger a charge for the valuation for those of you subscribed. If still in the free trial period, this will not create a charge, but still generate a report. Upon creating a report, the valuation will be archived in the Crossroads system. It can be accessed here by clicking on Property Valuations. Next, Crossroads will show a box labeled Valuation, where the low, mid, and high range value are available. As stated previously, this property falls on the lower end of the quality 4, So our value is determined to be in between the low range value and the mid-range value. If you'd like to generate an additional valuation on the same property, you can click on Value Subject again. This will populate the form with the previously used data and filter criteria and allow you to change the necessary filters or information for the same property. Perhaps this can be used when considering a higher or lower quality or condition, adding an addition, building a shop, installing a pool, or other items such as these. New property valuation can be selected if you want a blank form to begin a valuation on a different property. Here you can click on the Download PDF to view, print, or save your Crossroads valuation report. This is your Crossroads valuation PDF report. Here you can see the subject property information, our low, mid, and high range values, the valuation parameters that we entered, the property details and adjustments, and a list of 10 comparable properties arranged by sale date here, most recent at the top. On the second page, we can see our reference values. There are two that are important to take note of. First is the results correlation confidence factor. This should show a range between 0 and 1, with the normal valuation being somewhere above 0.5. This 0.95 is well within that range. The range of value variance is the other number we need to pay attention to. We would like to see this number below 15%. As the percentage trends higher, more consideration needs to be given to determine if the value is credible. And down on the last page, we have our map with our subject and our comparable properties shown here. And that concludes our walkthrough to generate a basic valuation within Crossroads. There is technical support as well as additional videos and literature available at crossroadsvaluation.com to gain a better understanding of the advanced valuation techniques. Thank you for your time.